The Blackwood Carnival was never meant for the faint of heart. Year after year, it rolled into town with its battered rides and garish lights, promising thrills and cheap delights. But beneath the surface, it harbored secrets, whispers of things best left unspoken. On the carnival's final night, a storm threatened on the horizon, its winds carrying the scent of rain and something darker. The fairgrounds, trampled by thousands of feet, had turned to mud that sucked at shoes and stained ankles. The neon lights, once dazzling, now flickered uncertainly, their glow fighting a losing battle against the encroaching darkness. 5 friends, Jake, Mia, Tyler, Sarah, and Devin, wove through the crowd, their laughter sharp, reckless, and just a little too loud. They were chasing more than just the thrill of sneaking out past curfew. They were chasing the feeling of invincibility, of being young and untouchable, of believing that nothing truly bad could happen to them. The air was thick with the smell of burnt sugar and popcorn, but beneath it all lurked an acrid tang, like something spoiled and forgotten. It was Tyler who first noticed the tent, slouched at the edge of the lot, half hidden by the shadows of the Ferris wheel. It looked as though it had been forgotten by time. Its sign, barely legible in the sputtering light, promised freak show funnies, clowns galore. The canvas sagged, its colors faded to a sickly pallid death, and the bulb above the entrance buzzed, spitting sparks like the last gasp of a dying firefly. Tyler's grin was mischievous. Bet it's lame, but let's see. Mia rolled her eyes, trying to hide her unease. Clowns. What are we, 6? Jake nudged her, his bravado thin as tissue. It's creepy, perfect for a scare. His smile faltered as his eyes darted to the tent's yawning mouth. Devin, always the quiet one, hesitated. Weird. Like meat. Sarah laughed, shoving him playfully. You're such a buzzkill. Let's go. They pushed through the tent's heavy flaps, the fabric damp and cold. Inside, the world changed. The air was thick and humid, clinging to their skin, pressing into their lungs. A single spotlight buzzed overhead, illuminating a dirt ring surrounded by rickety bleachers. The silence was profound, as if the tent itself was holding its breath. No carnies, no audience, just the echo of their footsteps, the distant hum of the carnival outside. Where's the show? Tyler muttered, kicking at the dirt. His sneaker left a dark, sticky smear that glistened in the half-light. Then, a giggle, high-pitched, jagged, and wrong. It sliced through the silence like a knife, echoing from the shadows of the far end of the tent. The giggle multiplied, becoming a chorus of wet, gurgling chuckles that seemed to seep from the very walls. Shapes moved in the darkness. Too many, too fast, their outlines shifting and unnatural. Guys, Sarah's voice trembled, barely more than a whisper. The spotlight swung, its beam slicing through the gloom. Clowns, dozens of them, emerging from the shadows. Their faces were grotesque parodies of joy, painted smiles stretched too wide, splitting into jagged tears of flesh. Black ichor dripped from their mouths, staining red ruffles and polka dot suits. Their eyes, milky and blind, seemed to see everything. Heads tilting in unison as they caught the scent of fear. One clown stood out than the rest, its frame impossibly thin, its grin exposing rows of needle-like teeth. In its hand, it dragged a rusted machete, the blade leaving a trail in the dirt. Run! Jake screamed, his voice cracking with terror. They turned for the exit, but the tent flaps were gone. In their place was a wall of canvas, taut and pulsating, reeking of decay. Panic surged as the clowns surged forward, their laughter rising to a deafening howl. Tyler's foot caught in the muck, his ankle twisting. He fell, and a clown with a cracked porcelain face lunged, its clawed hands sinking into his leg. He screamed, the sound raw and animal as blood soaked his jeans. "Tyler!" Mia shrieked, grabbing a broken chair from the bleachers. She swung it at the clown, splintering on contact. The creature's skull caved with a sickening crunch, but it didn't stop. It turned, grinning, and swiped at her, its nails raking her arm, leaving a trail of blood. Jake and Devin dragged Mia toward the bleachers, scrambling up the rickety wood. Sarah was already there, clawing at the canvas wall, her nails tearing and bleeding. "It won't tear," she screamed, desperation thick in her voice. Low, Tyler's cries were cut short as the clowns descended, tearing with teeth and nails. His body twitched, then still, a dark stain spreading beneath him. The clowns turned their milky eyes to the bleachers, moving like spiders, scuttling up the wood. Jake grabbed a loose plant, swinging wildly, connected with the clown's jaw, shattering. The thing kept coming. Black ooze sprang as it giggled. "We're gonna die," Devin whispered, clutching a rusted nail, his hands shaking. Mia, her arms slick with blood, grit her teeth. "No, we fight." She kicked a clown, sending it crashing below, but two more took its place. The tall clown climbed slowly, machete glinting, its grin impossibly wide. Sarah screamed as a clown grabbed her ankle, yanking her down. She clawed at the wood, splinters digging into her palms. Jake lunged, stabbing the clown's eye with a jagged piece of metal. It shrieked, releasing her, but Sarah was too weak to climb back up. The tent walls pulsed, closing in. The spotlight flickered, plunging them into near darkness. The laughter grew louder, force pressing against their chests. Mia's strength faded, her vision swimming. Devin stood frozen as the tall clown stepped onto her, its machete raised. "Do something," Mia screamed. Devin snapped out of his trance, driving the nail into the clown's throat. Black ichor sprayed, burning his skin, but the clown only laughed, twisting his wrist until it snapped. Devin collapsed, howling in pain. Jake tackled the clown, sending them both crashing to the dirt. The machete skittered away. Jake lunged for it, but the smaller clown swarmed in, teeth sinking into flesh. His screams were desperate, then silence. Mia and Sarah clung to each other, the last ones standing. The tall clown rose, its throat oozing, its grin wider than ever. The others circled, their laughter a hungry chant. The tent walls pulsed, the air thick and choking. "We can't win," Sarah sobbed. Mia's eyes blazed. "Then we go down fighting." The clown lunged, machete swinging. Mia shoved Sarah aside, the blade sinking into her shoulder. Pain exploded, the world going dark. She fell, Sarah's screams fading as the clowns closed in. The last thing Mia heard was the laughter, endless and hollow, as the carnival swallowed them whole.